Is it over for Honda Bros? The fourth-ranked motorcycle manufacturer by registrations in Brazil has just launched a trail motorcycle for under 18,000 reais with fuel consumption of up to 35 kilometers per liter, and it has everything to please the Brazilian market. And in this video, you'll find out everything about the new AZ160 XTREME from Avelos and a point-by-point comparison with the Honda Bros and also the Yamaha Crosser. I am Amanda Pagliari. This is the most charming motorcycle channel in Brazil, and if you love motorcycles or want to stay up to date with the two-wheeled world, go ahead and click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any videos. And of course, leave a like too, at least a like, right? Leave a like to support the channel. The trail segment is very relevant in our country. After all, we know that the quality of the asphalt isn't one of Brazil's strong points, and trail motorcycles have that characteristic. In other words, it's a motorcycle that's good for both asphalt and dirt, for off-road riding too. With dual-purpose tires, spoked wheels, and most importantly, great suspensions. It's the second best-selling segment in Brazil. Just trail bikes, without considering the larger trail bikes, account for about 20% of the motorcycles sold in Brazil. Yeah, 19% and a little bit. They're behind, right, the street motorcycles, which make up about 50% of the Brazilian market, and I believe that number will only increase. After all, the more brands bring this type of motorcycle into this category, the more that number will grow. That's my opinion. What do you think? Do you like trail motorcycles? Comment below. But before I show you everything about the XTREME, which comes with a very competitive price, I want to show you who makes this motorcycle, right? Since it's unknown to most motorcyclists out there, after all, who is Avelos? Located in the state of Pernambuco, Avelos has been selling motorcycle models imported from China and assembled here in Brazil since 2008. With only 2 models, they achieved 4th place in registrations. But what's the magic? Why only 2 models? According to Avelos, they have more than 190 points of sale spread throughout the country. However, the focus of the sales of these motorcycles is in the north and northeast of Brazil. And besides this launch, right now of the AZ160, they also sell the 50cc AZ1 and the competitor of Avelos, the AZ125. In the interview they gave me, I noticed that the company is very down to earth when it comes to growth. I noticed that they prefer not to bite off more than they can chew. And I actually agree with them, you know? After all, what's the point of having a lot of motorcycles in the catalog if you don't have replacement parts or can't even provide good customer service, right? The focus is on after sales. Besides that, they evaluate and test the products a lot before bringing them to our market, which, in my opinion, shows respect for the consumer. Don't you think so? That's why these products are so carefully selected, let's put it that way. And now they've launched the 3rd model, a trail bike, the AZ160 XT, with a really beautiful design in my opinion. But I want to know your opinion. What did you think of the DA160's design? Write it down here below. Well guys, besides the aggressive and adventurous look, which I really like, it comes with accordion-style fork gaiters as standard, as well as accessories that already come with the bike. For example, engine and fairing protectors, as well as a windshield to give more comfort, especially on the road, and it improves aerodynamics. In other words, just with that, you already save some money. And the protections are really important to avoid damaging the bike's fairings in case of a fall. I found the seat to be well finished and beautiful. I don't know if it's comfortable. I've never sat on the bike, but it seems like it is, you know? If you have an AZ160, write your opinion down here. I want to know everything you think about this model. Write it down here below. Speaking of the design, it comes with full LED lighting, saving battery and providing better illumination. Not to mention the design of this headlight assembly, which gave it a really fierce look, right? The dashboard is fully digital with a lot of information, including a gear indicator. It comes with a 12-volt outlet with both USB-A and USB-C ports. That's pretty cool. And it has a seat height of 83.5 centimeters from the seat to the ground. The wheels are spoked. 19-inch rim in the front, 17 in the rear, and it has disc brakes on both wheels. However, it has a combined braking system. It doesn't have ABS, but it does have CBS. In other words, when you use only the rear brake, it also distributes some of the braking power to the front brake. That's required by law, right? Motorcycles under 300cc need to come with either ABS on the front or CBS. If you don't know the difference between ABS and CBS, I made a really cool video explaining it. I'll leave the link here in the description and also in the card. Go watch it later. The motorcycle weighs 136 kilos dry, meaning without considering the fluids and accessories, and the tank, which has a capacity for 13 liters of gasoline. It's not flex fuel. For the suspension, we have 180 millimeters of travel up front and a monoshock in the rear with 150 millimeters of travel. And now the engine, right? Which is the most important part, isn't it? And it's fuel injected, meaning it's not carbureted. Electric start, single cylinder with maximum power of 12.3 horsepower at 8,000 RPM and maximum torque of 1.1 kilogram force meter. It has 5 gears, and according to Avelos, it has a real top speed of 110 km/h, so it's a more urban motorcycle. And the fuel consumption is up to 35 kilometers per liter, according to the company. And it costs 17,990 Rs without shipping and is available in 3 colors. Now tell me which color you like the most. Also tell me what you thought of this model. But hold on, the video isn't over yet. Let's compare it side by side with the Honda Bros and also the Yamaha Crosser. But before that, if you're enjoying this video, please leave a like so I know you liked getting to know some new brands. And who knows, maybe I'll make more videos for you. So starting with the price, right? Comparing the three, we know that at dealerships, right, Honda dealerships charge much more than what's available on the website, okay? Besides, the price on the website is based in São Paulo without shipping. But just for comparison, let's use the available prices for all the bikes, okay? The ones announced by the manufacturers. And the CBS version costs 20,900 on the website. In São Paulo, I called a dealership and I got the price of 23,000 reais. 22 and something, that's the final price. But in Pernambuco, believe it or not, I called, yes I did. And it came out to 27,421 Rs. So when it comes to price, it will vary depending on your city. And then plug that into your analysis, okay? For the Crosser, I'll take the S model, which is more similar to the AZ160 and costs 21,990 Rs on Yamaha's website. And in terms of price, the Z comes out ahead. And now let's talk about the engine. And the only one that isn't flex fuel is the Z160. And in terms of power, the Crosser loses out in our comparison. When it comes to torque, the Z160 loses. All of them have 5 gears, all come with disc brakes on both wheels. But the Crosser wins in this aspect because it comes with ABS. On the front, okay, the Bros does have a version with ABS, but that one is much more expensive. And since we're comparing it with the CBS version of the Z, right? That's why I picked the Bros CBS. Just a reminder, the Crosser doesn't have a CBS version. Both versions of the Crosser, the Z, which is more expensive, and the S are ABS. So it really has to be ABS. When it comes to lighting, the Z160 wins because it's full LED, okay? And it also wins when it comes to charging ports, since it has 2 options, right? And in terms of tank capacity. Other than that, the suspension and travel are the same. Of course, guys, that's without testing, right? Just by looking at the specs, I haven't ridden the Z160, so I can't tell you how this suspension works, if it's soft or not. I found the Z160's dashboard more pleasant. I thought it looked cuter with those colors. But comparing the specs, the Z160 isn't far behind its main competitors. And when we look at it, right, comparing overall, the Bros wins in almost everything, especially when it comes to the engine and power. But the price, guys, in Pernambuco is about 10,000 Rs more than the Z160. So 27,421 Rs, that's just too much. The good thing is that new models are arriving in our country. Actually, not just new motorcycle models, but also new manufacturers, new brands. If you haven't watched my video talking about the new brands, models, and launches that are coming, just click the link in the description or on the card to watch this really cool video. There are predictions for 2025. And you, did you already know about Avelos? Comment down below, and I hope the brand grows a lot. After all, the more brands, the better, right? And tell me what you think about this new trail bike in our market, right? Another option to compete in the trail bike market, the trail according to the Brazilian market. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel because as soon as I test it, hopefully, you'll be the first to know. So go ahead and subscribe here so you don't miss any videos. And if you want access to exclusive content like early videos, exclusive live streams, photos, even Amandinha's calendar, become a member. The link is right here in the description for you to become a VIP member. And of course, share this video a lot. After all, let's support the new brands in our country. See you next time. Send you a big kiss.